In a forgotten corner of the town, where the streets were dusty and life seemed to have forgotten the people who lived there, Arif was born. His family was no stranger to hardship. His father was a laborer, working tirelessly in the fields, while his mother, despite her ill health, took care of the home. Their income barely covered the essentials. Arif's disability, born with legs too weak to walk properly, added another layer of struggle to their daily lives. From a young age, Arif understood that his family was different. While other children ran freely, Arif could only watch from a distance, his legs refusing to carry him like theirs did. His father tried to make him feel normal, building a small wooden cart so Arif could move around the town. Though it allowed him some freedom, Arif still felt the sting of being different. But deep within, he never let himself believe he was less capable. He was determined to contribute to his family, to prove that his life held value beyond the pity others often showed. Every day he would sit near the market, observing the chaos of buyers and sellers. He listened closely to how traders negotiated, learned which products caught people's eyes, and watched how merchants conducted business. He had no formal education, but the market became his classroom. It was there, sitting quietly, that Arif first learned the principles of business without even realizing it. But begging was humiliating. Each coin he received, though desperately needed, felt like a reminder of his limitations. He wanted to earn his living with pride, not charity. However, his disability limited his mobility, and his family had no resources to start anything new. For months, he wrestled with this frustration, unsure of what to do next. Then, one fateful day, Arif met an old street vendor named Malik. Malik was past his prime, with hands that shook slightly from age but still skilled in crafting small trinkets. Arif watched him from a distance, fascinated by how even a simple man with limited resources could sell something. Malik's booth was small, just a table with colorful beads, handmade bracelets, and small carved toys. Unlike the grand stalls around him, Malik's stand was humble, yet people still stopped to admire his work. One day Arif mustered the courage to approach Malik, asking how he managed to sell his items in a market full of bigger, wealthier traders. Malik looked at Arif and smiled kindly. "It's not the size of your business, boy, it's the size of your heart. People don't just buy what you sell. They buy your story. They buy from people they believe in." This simple wisdom struck a chord with Arif. Inspired by Malik's words, he started saving the small coins he received from begging, no longer seeing them as mere charity, but as the first steps toward his dream. He saved for weeks, sometimes skipping meals, determined to start his own little trade. When he had finally gathered enough, he went to Malik and bought a handful of small trinkets to sell, bracelets, beads, and a few carved toys. They were nothing special, but to Arif, they were the foundation of his future. Using the cart his father had built for him, Arif set up a tiny stand in a corner of the market, hoping people would stop and take notice. At first, things were slow. People didn't trust a boy who had been begging only days before. Some even mocked him, calling him foolish for trying to be a merchant. But Arif remained undeterred. He smiled at everyone who passed by, greeting them with warmth and enthusiasm. Slowly, people started to stop, intrigued by his persistence. They saw in him not just a boy selling trinkets, but a boy who refused to be beaten by his circumstances. One day, a wealthy merchant named Hakim stopped by Arif's stand. Unlike others, Hakim saw something different in Arif, an untapped potential. After chatting with Arif for a while and hearing his story, Hakim decided to take a chance on him. He bought out all of Arif's stock and gave him double the money, saying, "I'm investing in your future. Don't waste this opportunity." With that boost, Arif was able to purchase more goods, better quality items, and slowly expanded his offerings. He learned how to manage his small earnings, reinvesting everything into his tiny business. He also began to study his customers more carefully, learning what they wanted and tailoring his stock to meet their needs. He moved beyond trinkets, starting to sell fabrics, spices, and small household goods. As Arif's business grew, so did his reputation. People began to trust him, not just because of his products, but because of the way he treated them. He became known for his honesty and fairness. He never overcharged, even when he could have. He made sure to help those who were struggling, often giving small discounts to the poor or offering free goods to those in need. Years passed, and Arif's small cart turned into a shop. With the help of Hakim and a few other kind merchants who saw his potential, Arif was able to expand his business even further. He opened several shops in the town, each one managed by someone he had personally trained. He made sure to hire those who were struggling, just like he had been, giving them the chance he had once longed for. But Arif didn't stop there. He started traveling, despite the challenges his legs still posed, to nearby cities and even across borders. He traded with other merchants, forging partnerships and expanding his business empire. With each new venture, he learned more about the world of commerce, adapting to the ever-changing markets. Before long, Arif wasn't just a local merchant. He became a global trader, dealing in textiles, electronics, spices, and other valuable goods. His company grew into one of the largest in the world, with operations in multiple countries and employing thousands of people. Despite his wealth, Arif never forgot the days when he was a boy begging in the streets. He used his fortune to give back, building schools, hospitals, and shelters for the poor and disabled. He funded programs that helped people like him, those born into poverty or with disabilities, find opportunities to better their lives. He believed that everyone deserved a chance, just like the one Malik and Hakim had given him. And through it all, Arif remained humble. When people asked him how he had achieved so much despite his disability and humble beginnings, he would simply smile and say, "Success isn't about what you start with. It's about how far you're willing to go." Arif's journey was proof that no obstacle is too great if you have the heart and determination to overcome it. His life became a legend, not just because of his wealth, but because of the way he touched the lives of so many along the way.